United States has approved the transfer of 125 long-range artillery rockets and 100 Patriot air defense missiles from Germany to Ukraine, the New York Times, NYT, reported. The American-made weapons cannot be exported, even by a country that owns them, without approval from the U.S. government. A U.S. congressional official announced that Washington had given the green light for Germany to transfer the weapons to Kyiv, the NYT reported. The shipment includes 125 long-range artillery rockets and 100 Patriot air defense missiles. The Patriot air defense system is widely recognized for its high-precision detection, tracking, and interception of aircraft, cruise, and ballistic missiles. Ukraine reportedly has only 8 Patriot systems, 2 of which are currently not in service. An additional Patriot system is on its way to Ukraine from Israel as part of a previously arranged commitment, the NYT reported. Kyiv faces a shortage of ammunition for its Patriots, though details about its missile stocks have not been disclosed for security purposes. President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly urged the U.S. and international partners to provide additional Patriot systems and missiles as Russian attacks against Ukrainian cities intensify. Production of Patriot missiles is expensive and complex, meaning the shortage is a worldwide issue. At least 2 Patriot missiles are needed to intercept a ballistic missile. Ukrainian aviation expert Konstantin Krivolap told the Kyiv Independent Russia has escalated its ballistic missile attacks against Ukraine. Germany has provided Kyiv with air defense support, including Patriot missiles and Iris-T systems, in previous military aid packages. Newly elected German Chancellor Friedrich Merz arrived in Kyiv, along with other European leaders, to reaffirm Germany and Europe's support for Ukraine and commitment to securing a ceasefire deal. The U.S. Department of Defense, DoD, has suspended shipments of some air defense missiles, including Patriot rounds and other precision munitions to Ukraine, over concerns that U.S. weapon stockpiles have fallen too low. The news was initially reported in an article by U.S. digital news outlet Politico on 1 July 2025, which stated the decision was made by Pentagon Policy Chief Elbridge Colby following a review of U.S. munitions stockpiles. Politico quoted White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly as saying, "The decision was made to put America's interests first following a DoD review of our nation's military support and assistance to other countries across the globe." The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, however, issued a statement on the Telegram media channel on the 2nd of July stating, Ukraine has not received any official notifications about the suspension or revision of the delivery schedules of the agreed defense assistance. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine has requested a telephone conversation with colleagues from the United States to further clarify the details. Ukraine's Kyiv Independent online news website reported the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry as telling U.S. Chargé d'Affaires John Ginkel on the 2nd of July that any delays in U.S. military aid would only prolong the war, and that any delay or hesitation in supporting Ukraine's defense capabilities will only encourage Russia to continue war and terror rather than pursue peace. News of the U.S. suspension of air defense missile shipments to Ukraine comes in the wake of Russia launching, over the weekend of 28-2, the 9th of June, its largest aerial strike on Ukraine since it first invaded the country on February 2022. During the attack, Russia fired a total of 537 aerial weapons at Ukraine, including 477 drones and decoys and 60 missiles, according to the Ukrainian Air Force. Politico reported Representative Marcy Kaptur, D. Ohio, the U.S. Congressional Ukrainian Caucus co-chair, as stating of the suspension, U.S.-made air defense systems, including the Patriot platform, are the centerpiece of Ukraine's defenses. They save lives every day. If this reporting is true, then Mr. Colby is taking action that will surely result in the imminent death of many Ukrainian military and civilians, Kaptur warned. The first fielded variant was the MIM-104A Standard. It was optimized solely for engagements against aircraft and had very limited capability against ballistic missiles. It had a range of 70 kilometers, 43 miles, and a speed in excess of Mach 2. The MIM-104B anti-standoff jammer is a missile designed to seek out and destroy ECM emitters. The MIM-104 CPAC-2 missile was the first Patriot missile that was optimized for ballistic missile engagements. The GEM series of missiles, MIM-104DE, are further refinements of the PAC-2 missile. The PAC-3 missile is a new interceptor, featuring a Ka-band active radar seeker, employing hit-to-kill interception. In contrast to previous interceptors' method of exploding in the vicinity of the target, destroying it with shrapnel, and several other enhancements which dramatically increase its lethality against ballistic missiles. The specific information for these different kinds of missiles are discussed in the variants section. The first 7 of these are in the larger PAC-2 configuration of a single missile per canister, of which 4 can be placed on a launcher. PAC-3 missile canisters contain 4 missiles, so that 16 rounds can be placed on a launcher. The missile canister serves as both the shipping and storage container and the launch tube. Patriot missiles are referred to as certified rounds as they leave the factory, and additional maintenance is not necessary on the missile prior to it being launched. The PAC-2 missile is 5.8 meters, 19 feet 0 in, long, weighs about 900 kilograms, 2,000 pounds, and is propelled by a solid-fueled rocket motor. Raytheon was awarded a $105.5 million contract by the NATO Support and Procurement Agency, NSPA, to upgrade Germany's Patriot system to the latest configuration in July 2019. It received a $551 million contract to commence the production of the Patriot systems for Bahrain in January 2020. The contract followed an agreement between the US and Bahrain for the purchase of Patriot defense systems for the latter in August 2019. Switzerland's Federal Council decided to purchase 5 Patriot fire units for its Bodlov GR air defense system program in June 2021. Patriot was chosen over the SAMP-T ground-based air defense system. It is expected to replace the country's ground-based anti-aircraft defense system by 2030. The selected team comprises Raytheon Technologies, Rheinmetall Air Defense, and Mercury Systems. Swiss aerospace and defense company RUAG joined the team in October 2021. Switzerland will become the 18th country to use Patriot as the air defense solution when it receives the system.